Okay, friends, welcome back. For those of you new to the channel, my name's Dan. I'm a golf instructor. Thanks for checking us out. And if you're returning from a previous video, then thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Before I dive in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate that as well. Let's talk about what we're getting into today. We're talking club path. We're talking about swinging more from the inside out. Hitting the inside half of the golf ball is the way I phrase it a lot. And before we go any further, let's just kind of agree on the fact that there's lots of different ways to succeed in this game with the swing. There's also lots of different ways to struggle. So what we're going to get into today is one potential option on how you can swing more inside out. If you found a better way, great. If you hate this, that's okay. But I've definitely seen this work for people recently. I've seen some success with it. So I want to share it with you because if it can help some of you guys, that would be great too. All right, awesome. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to title this, if you will, Your Right Hip is the Problem. Now, it might not be, but for the idea of this concept, this video, we're going to blame our right hip for not being able to hit the inside half of the ball enough, swing more inside out. And actually, really quick, let me just throw up club path here. Not great for the video, but this is real, guys. We're just going to do this raw, no editing. Okay, club path, we're gonna make that nice and big. Beautiful. Okay, thanks for bearing with me. So, where we're gonna start, this is almost like a drill progression, I'd call it. We're gonna start with a kickstand drill, okay? So I'm gonna drop this right foot back and out of the way. That gets this right hip out of the way. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of hang in this kickstand. Most of my weight's on the left leg. And I'm gonna swing back and through and really try and use the space that my right hip would be in to hit the ball. The more I can get into that right hip space, the more I can ensure a positive club path number, which for us on TrackMan here is going to mean inside out. So let's try this. Not great contact, first swing of the afternoon, but 3.6 inside out. Great. Now, you want to make sure you can do that with some consistency. So 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, almost to the point where it becomes boring. That would be great. Because now we can push this up the chain a little bit into more of a dynamic movement, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. Now, what I want you to do is rotate the right hip out of the way from a square stance. I've said this in the past, that will involve the changing of flex of our knees. You don't wanna hyperextend this knee, but you do wanna straighten it so we can see some space there. That turns the hips, that turns the shoulders, that creates depth to the hand path, and all that helps us swing more from inside out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your time, you're gonna exaggerate this movement going back, and then I want you to try and get that club back in front of this right hip to use a very similar kind of sensation and move that you were doing with the kickstand drill. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna change the flex of my knees, use that space. Okay, let's see if we get another positive path number. 4. Oh, that one came out nice. That was better. Good little example of how more rotation, because certainly that second swing involved more rotation than the first one, can be very helpful, not only for precision and control, but for quality of contact. Okay, so this is the kickstand drill into a dynamic turn, all focused on getting your right hip out of the way so you can use that space to hit more of the inside half of the golf ball. I've seen that be really, really successful, especially recently in lessons, which is why I wanted to share it with you. The only thing that could foul you up here is, one, not taking your time and doing it with quality. But more importantly, if the face is hanging open. If the face is excessively open, then you might swing more inside out, but it would only lead to a shot that's going further to the right. So your athletic intuition would never allow you to continue doing that because we're all wired to try, most of us, to hit decent shots, okay? So if your face is hanging open, probably a different video, but stronger grip, bigger release, all that good stuff. But again, if you're struggling, we're going to start with that kickstand drill, and then we're going to dynamically turn that hip out of the way, use the space that hip was in to hit more of the inside half of the ball, and I sure hope this helps you, okay? If it doesn't, shoot me a note, and we'll maybe try and figure out a different way for you, okay? This is an online community to improve our golf together. Thanks for watching.